In the book 102 Minutes, authors Kevin Flynn and Jim Dwyer help readers get a better understanding of 9/11. Our focus character is Jose Morera, who worked on the 84th floor of the South Tower for Euro brokers. At 9:03 a.m., Jose's life would change forever as hijackers crashed into the South Tower. This single moment would reveal who Jose truly was. Within minutes of the attacks, Jose was leading a group of people down the building. He walked them all the way down to the 23rd floor, where they could find their way out themselves. However, at this point, Jose turned around and was headed back up to help more people. Brian Clark, who was a vice president for Euro brokers, passed Jose on the 30th floor. Mr. Clark attempted to convince Jose not to go back up and to get out of the building. In response, Jose said, "I can help him," in reference to Dave Vera. "I'll be along." Dave Vera and a group of people were stuck near the top floors of the building. Jose was last seen on the 64th floor. The events of 9/11 revealed that Jose was courageous and unselfish as he laid down his life to save others during this terrible event.
The character of focus is Macbeth. The single moment that affects his life is when the three witches prophesize his future. This single moment reveals that Macbeth is ambitious and power hungry. The moment that changed Macbeth's life forever was when three witches prophesied that he would become Thane of Cawdor and eventually King of Scotland. This causes Macbeth to pursue this power at all costs, and even if it requires bloodshed. Macbeth's true colors come out from this event. At the beginning of the play, he seems to be a noble and just man, but he changes quickly when the witches tell him what he will become. He becomes a power-hungry, bloodthirsty man. He tries to hide his true feelings from the people he plans to destroy. This one event leads to Macbeth's murderous ways and his downfall.
In the Hunger Games, our focus character, Katniss Everdeen, lives with her mom and sister Primrose in District 12. Every year the government takes one boy and one girl from each district to fight to the death in a huge arena with the world to watch. At the annual selection, where names are drawn at random, Katniss's sister Primrose is selected.
Primrose Everdeen. Prim! I volunteer! I volunteer as tribute! Let's have a big hand for our very first volunteer, Katniss Everdeen.
The selection of her sister reveals Katniss's selflessness and bravery, as she says, "I volunteer as tribute," and takes her sister's spot in the Hunger Games. Her bravery is recognized as many of the boys and girls show respect with the three fingers. Katniss is viewed as the underdog, as her and Peeta, the boy who was selected in the 12th district, go on to win the 74th annual Hunger Games.
The character of focus is Tom Kirkman. The single moment that affects his life is the bombing of the Capitol building.
By our fathers, our
It's weird.
Yeah,
Ours just went black too.
Mr. Secretary, you need to put the phone down.
Mike, what the hell is going on?
I said put the phone down. Of some kind of explosion.
Eagle is gone. Sir, you are now the President of the United States.
You really believe I should step down?
I do.
You may be right. But for now, I'm all you got.
This reveals the character of determination and his attention to detail. The bombing of the Capitol and the wiping out of the whole government is the single most impactful moment for Tom Kirkman in the whole U.S. The U.S. government is killed in a terrorist attack on the nation's capital during the State of the Union. Tom Kirkman is the designated survivor and is thrust into the presidency. Overnight, Tom takes on the hardest job in the world and tries to unite a shell-shocked nation. He shows how strong of a man he is by taking up all the presidential duties and attending to all issues due to the terror attack. He visits the site of the explosion just a few days after the explosion and brings condolences for the nation and the family's victims. He does not let anything slip through the cracks in the bomb investigation.
On March 19th, Michigan State's basketball season came to an end as they were blown out by the Kansas Jayhawks. This stung for most MSU fans because star forward Miles Bridges was expected to bypass his sophomore year and enter into the NBA draft. Bridges was considered one of the top talents in high school and is already considered as one of Michigan State's greatest talents after 1 year. Bridges had a big decision ahead, as he could either return for his sophomore season and contend for a championship, or he could fulfill his dreams and enter into the NBA draft. The time came as Bridges called a meeting via Instagram that was open to the public at the Sparty statue in the center of campus. Hours later, Bridges was surrounded by many Sparty fans as he sat next to head coach Tom Izzo. Minutes later, Bridges announced his decision.
Thank God for this opportunity I got to either reach my dreams in the NBA or stay here with my teammates. But I got some unfinished business here, and I'm just saying I want to stay. I have personal goals here. I want to win a national championship.
His decision to stay and play one more year at Michigan State revealed his ambition and motive to win. This upcoming season, Bridges and Michigan State will look to make a run at the national championship.
That's a vibe.